It's funny how just saying how you feel is therapeutic, even if you're saying it to yourself. It's amazing how long I have come to be in this very moment. This is my solace, my salvation, and it feels amazing. Like, I mean, really amazing. Danga, Riro. Memories blown away by the breeze. One day I was with my little friends in kindergarten. The other, I was with the mean but funny kids in high school. Now it's a whole new world. Now growing into the corners of the world, landing in places that open up who I really am. I'm scared of myself, the selfish desires and thoughts that creep out of my mind, the cruelty that lacks on my fingers each time I sense opposition, the darkness that takes the place of love each time I think I found happiness. Trust me, paranoia is a chronic mental malfunction. 1 minute I'm laughing, it's all good. The other I'm irritated by one little thing that takes all the smiles by the neck. God, I need a break. This is all too much for my feeble mind to take. I'm constantly afraid of things that will never come to be. Always on the watch for silhouette monsters that play catch with my demons. I'm afraid of lying down, terrified of slipping, because I know they'll come and get me. They tell me, I know it, trust me, it's true. Or maybe it's just my imagination, exaggerating the whole thing. But in every folklore, there's a story to begin with. Here is mine. So, I'm a young man, born to two loving parents. They have their days, but the most important thing is they are there. I have two little brothers and a little sister. I have grannies and grandpas, nephews and nieces. I love my family, trust me on that. Because on most days, they're all I got. I have friends, best friends, and friends that turned into family. They've got my back half the time, but I can't blame them. They can't really help me with things they don't understand. I would like to believe that I'm a born leader, entrepreneur, creator of things, seen and unseen. I believe in a supernatural force, something that pushes and pulls the strings of this world. I believe in a God. I mean the God. I miss church on most days. A lot of us do anyway. I'm an avid romantic. I tried so hard to believe that they are soulmates. Someone tailor-made for me. I mean the humorous guy with insight, a great taste in music and movies, a becoming future and the biggest heart a guy of my stature can have. And all the complications of my character, my likes and dislikes, my affinity for things I can't have, and of most, my paranoia and phobias. Basically, I'm saying I believe in someone that won't ever exist. It's kind of sad, right? But basically, everybody has more or less the same story. Most of us just keep it tagged in the hopes of giving it a glimmer of hope in the end. And that's where we lose it. Keeping it in never contains it. It will just accumulate, build up, until it pushes you over the edge and fall into a dark pit of undulating uncertainties. And my fellow human, that's what they call falling prey to your own cunningness. I tend to put a lot of things on my hands. I try to do this, that, those, and these at the same time. In the end, I end up breaking myself for not being able to hold up. So when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel awkward, when you feel like you are not enough, like your efforts will never amount to anything, just remember that I'm here. And I feel the same sometimes. Most times, I guess. But I have learned a great deal from all these experiences. That the only way to fight well is to understand what you're fighting. That way you won't try to bomb a moth or spray a mammoth. Don't go out there looking for love. Not that you'll not find it. You might just not find the true kind and spend the rest of your life thinking it doesn't exist. What works for me is waiting for it. Of course, it won't come knocking. Some bump into it on a bus and public transport. Some hold hands with it in church. Some sit next to it in class and lectures. Some click the same posts with it on social media, be in the same WhatsApp group, or be in the same shop with it. From an aerial view, it all seems like there are different scenarios. But fundamentally, it's one thing. It's all about waiting. If you want a better person, sit down, wait. There as you make yourself better first. And that way, you have a criteria-specific beacon searching and attracting the right person. I know heartbreak like the feel of my head. We have been friends since 3rd grade. She visits occasionally. I know, that's weird. But I've grown fond of her being around because it kind of makes me walk, if you get what I mean. We have a complicated relationship, so she hides behind a lot of things, like friends, girlfriends, family, and people I look up to. But in the end, I realize that she is just lonely, so I give her a hand. Sometimes I'm like a normal guy on a normal day, but everything seems to be waking towards telling me that I'm different. I've dealt with a lot growing up. I've had to stomach stuff most kids will break down over. Stuff I got from strangers, the closest people, and even myself. You know, I once convinced myself that I was an alien, so that's why nobody really likes me. It sounds weird now that I say it out loud, but you don't know the half of it. At least it gave me a little hope to go through with the next day, thinking that maybe, just maybe, I'll just wake up tomorrow with a spaceship idling outside waiting to take me to another galaxy. Some things still make sense even if you read them backwards ahead. That's how strong will can be. If you want something, if you badly want it, then just take it. That's how life works. Handouts and favors are like an orange flame. They burn bright but short. Sometimes the long way is the best way. Even more weirdly, the only way. Not to offend anyone with a problem, but I once thought maybe I was mentally disturbed. And I hate that kind that just eats you up without raising a red flag. I guess somebody other than me thought that too. I often talk to myself, practicing my award acceptance speech at the numbers or something. Maybe I'm not crazy. I'm just different and weird in a good way. Maybe I'm just not seeing the bigger picture. But what the hell could it be? It's not like my life is the Louvre. I'm just tired of having to worry about things most guys are okay with. Or maybe that's my strength. That's what I'm good at. It took me this long to accept who I am and where I come from. How every bit and piece of my life has been joined to create an amazing destiny. One with kids looking at me and getting inspired. Learning strength from the hurdles I have skipped and the bullets I've dodged in pursuit of what I believe in. If they told me happiness felt this good, I would have worked a lot harder towards doing the things that make me feel more like myself. Over the past few years, I've really grown to like myself, something I really wish I had growing up. It just makes a lot of things easier, and I just wish that every kid and everybody out there, finding yourself is the most important achievement in everyone's life. Sometimes it takes too long, but it's worth it, so long it does the job.